Emusayemo bibiara kwaba and Fidelia Bri Famra Kastle 90.3 FM. And she atna se yebezi nkomo afa oman konkro Ghana ho. Memma no ho do dwumezi and ewiabri yeshia ewodui. And the 28th day of February 2025. Na enda menyu bezi nkomo bi. Na nkomo na ahase nyina no is about 77 years ago. What happened in this country? 77 years ago. Mimde yane impemfu binuma or historians. When him the event that happened 77 years ago. Mekei wanadwen ebesi nkoma yerbezi ewiabri. Mame Fasida and Famami production team headed by Mr. Bernard Ogo, Osman FKK, Blackus Etrenautum, our Facebook and afi also on YouTube. On iti ebotum ako Facebook na YouTube. Like the page, share, na leave your comment. Yabakan yaze amo. Damaso na yani various platforms, metre WhatsApp and text message. Yaziji oye o thought and views ningina so oye very active this afternoon. Fafa 0244 743 143 0244 743 143 na yenzi inkomo www.kastlefmonline.com ewonso ekwa ensem ne akuchi bebre na eguo afi ebotum sina akachi and live ewo ho na e follow the program. Ko Play Store another App Store. Ko search engine na type Kastle 90.3 FM. Na download Kastle app on for mobile phone do. Na follow yene activities ahruwa ye ewo ha na yene programs ahruwa ye wa ha nyina no. You can follow ewo ewon so na edu thought who views and our comment ni nyina no ebotum na ezaba. Na and that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the President of the Republic, say eti voices in Ibia, yerbo wa ha area bria in semi okodo ewo Parliament enida, and the yebetine form yebe post-mortem of what happened, and the policy driven, and some okay the policy driven ewo in some okay yebe bobo ewo ha in the area bri, orienti and the program is fully packed. Yen here was input. Or into menchimu kesefrini and fin free her. Menchimu kesefrini and fin free her. Na kaone yen zinkomo. But I answer na mo komeni muno. Me pede me nyuzi in komo kekrebi. Na me zinka na me ka echo there about 77 years ago. Biribi si ewo omanimo. There was a route in the then Gold Coast. There was a route. Now route na osino. In Kofu 3B and the Yakai one. Ewo anamonutua wo tree. Na pe abako some other watcher there. Even based on one anamonutu bi a wo tree. One anamonutua wo tree no. Ni nyina no kan o influence Ghana yani independence. So after the man montua brutalities bim GCPP, there was a cable what communicated to the British government that we would want to take the immediate governance of our country. Na ewiabri nkoma yerizi nyina no fa oye patriotism. How patriotic you are. How patriotic are our leaders. You need leaders are what the omani animal. Are they serving the interest of this country? Another, they are serving their own interest, bringing back their own parochial interest, that mentality anyway be able to do them bri ana. Now asɛm no si on the 28th of February 1948 on nti ɛnde wɔhyɛ wo fa ɛwɔ nkran the vice president Prof J Nana Opoku Agyeman ɔno ɛna ɔyɛ ɔte egoni tiri a ɔrehwɛ medwumezi no akɔdo. So she laid a wreath on behalf of the people of Ghana. Question I may be saying there, have we rewarded our heroes as a nation? The Oman Ghana, yetum ya reward our heroes, those who fought, who toiled with their blood to see that this nation stand. Maybe said there in them being so one no, are they also ready to die for this country Ghana? And those in the helms of affairs, are they ready to die for this country Ghana? Ochinebi wosu eniwo ne sika ɔsɛ dɛ ɔbɛka ne nsa dɛ wo nso anɔpa bi asɔre ka pra anɔpa bi asɔre ka yɛ dɛm adwuma yi ɔno nti at the end of the month wo sika a yɛgyere mu ni obi tena aircon no mu 24 hours ne da ɔyɛ ayɛ dɛ paper works ɔtwɔtwɔtwɔtwɔ nkrataa na ɔtena computer akyi bosom so a obi ne sika no a ɔsɛ dɛ ɔkɔ ne kotokum no obi ne sika no ɔsɛ dɛ ɔtransfer de ma no na nyimpa no asa no atena nyimpa ne sika fiaa no mpo no a wayɛ adwuma for the whole month ɔsɛ dɛ ne nsa ka no ɛna osimosi ɔbɛnten watena do into 5 months 4 months 3 months ɛna 300 cedis 200 cedis 500 cedis 700 cedis a ɔsɛ dɛ ɔkeka obi ne nsa ɛma no nso no akoma tɔ ne yam no ɔsɛ dɛ nyimpa no yɛ protest wɔn ho ansa na ne nsa ka. So these people, they were promised pension pay. They were promised jobs. After being recruited to go and fight. So wakro okunu wo wiya. Nka wakro okunu wewu. But nyamincha dodo wonu kwacha wonu mo wobe. But wobe wananka se wonu krom no, their country couldn't reward them. The only reward that they could get onyinde obibo true that what is even due them we will deny you of it and we will kill you. And they were shot dead. They were shot dead. They were shot dead. They were recruited to fight. They were recruited to fight. Eno bit ni true. But okobe the promises are what the more no. In painful ma the contingent or ma one promise what the morning bay. So they had to march. When they were going, they were not holding guns. They were not holding machetes. They were not holding any weapon. But the only reward that they could get for dying, for fighting for their nation was to be killed. So even their country, in their own country, they could not be rewarded. They could not be rewarded. But in Chimbe Yankwe, ekona wo fado na wona nkase mpo de reward wo ho. Yankwe recently, last year, people were rewarded with gold medals. People were rewarded. Order of voter, order of this, order of this, order of this. Are we rewarding the right people? Or we are rewarding political party cronies? Are we rewarding the right people? Or we are rewarding party affiliate members? What's say Omana? Omana. Unbo and unrecognized ni heroes. It's not worth dying for. Sadamin Kofweba saying, in the one you made a now what they were promised, Sawanin Sarenka, Nasa fi wanun kon wodubo twada. Nka I don't think nanka oboko. But they were ready to fight for their country. They were ready to die for their country. And at the end of the day, when two men reward one, but they were killed. So about 77 years ago, what does this teaches us? That means that we are trained as a nation. People are genuinely working to build this nation. But ebinom nso wɔ nam kuntu na ase na wɔdidi gu ɔmani na abɔdwesɛm na wɔresisi ɔmani. Nti mi said there. So the current crop of leadership, the current crop, this generation of Ghanaians, a time will come. Obi botum atsen nsa wɔ yɛn no do day. His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo obeye day. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama obeye day. His Excellency Professor John Evans Atamis obeye day. His Excellency the late President Jerry John Rawlings obeye day. And I'll be someone that I want so Ochnebi. Will you be celebrated? That Anya Shikrano, you stood for the truth. Anya Shikrano, you stood for justice. Anya Shikrano, you stood for the right, for the many, for the right of many. Anya Shikrano, you seek the interest of many, but not one person. These contingents, they were moving to seek for their rights, but not knowing that 3 of them will be shot dead. Na chuma bini jina assembly da His Excellency John Dramani Mahama eneda ozitugwa our parliament. How many was a national service that when you go through the system and I enjoy free SHSAV secondary school, I enjoy free. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was the first years, level 100. He wants to tuition free. They will enjoy. There is a law that mandates you to serve your nation just a year. To serve your nation just a year. Ono krampono bisade Papa Ben in the binum poyen. Papa Ben in the binum woye. Yense ora Dominic Nitimu. In 2017, when the then administration took over the helms of this nation, it was then Defense Minister nominee. Now, Oko vetting. During his vetting, or the Nsemi Tuga, that the then government, the National Service Law, will be implement that in one obey one national service, they will serve, or the being called the military, to also serve there. What happened? Yente Dominic Nitimu. Now, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama re-echoing what was said in 2017.
Chairman, the law is already there. The law is our National Service Act gives you to do 2 years of national service, and 6 months of that should have been military training. It's just because of capacity and ability to do it, that's why. But the current National Service Authority has written to the military to start that process of at least starting with 10,000 and then moving forward, 10,000 men, and moving forward to 20,000 and 30,000, move and see how we're going to do. But the law itself is already there.
So the law itself is already there. That then the National Service Authority, the military, that they will provide them 10,000 Ghanaian youth to serve their nation. It was re-echoed yesterday by the President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, with the State of the Nation's address in Ido Kotuga.
To achieve a legally robust regime to govern national service, I've also tasked the Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment to coordinate and present to Parliament a legislative instrument to support the implementation of the newly passed National Service Authority Act 2024. That's Act 1119. We will introduce short military training as part of our national service scheme. This will instill a sense of fitness and discipline into our youth.
So His Excellency believe there, when this come into force, it will instill a sense of discipline. A sense of discipline. But have we thought of a sense of being patriotic? Have we thought of being the sense of being patriotic? Eriabri, mejid dan koma yerizino, wonyi di chiripa. Meribi Saude, how patriotic you are. This national service in point yanum bi wonye no. Ibinum wonye wotine fie. Na wonye binum connive ina wotu woni skade ma wan. And there were nurses binum a Eko national service ya woni din wo ho. So omano national service free there. Why you want national service? Controller free there. The monk free. Worry your juma into what you double salary. What you double salary? Say yenina yan tree yan wopan. Me din kofwe ba say what did the bem. Ama ehubra funa ibinum wa funa de ende oman Ghana one friend Ghana ibinum na wo chi wonu boje digui ibinum na wo pre wonu boje anim za odi wonu mpo no wonu nsa nka. The only reward that they could get was to be shot. The only reward that they could get was to be killed. But the army no ende yana bredo. Yaro some oman Ghana then. Army na we yana bredo. Ahon former Ben and yado small man Ghana. Ahon former Ben. Do we have a sense of ownership? That we have only one Ghana, we own Ghana. So let's build this nation together. Ne yenje chrono na corruption. Ne yenje ghost names. Yemfa binum ndidi. Yenje there. Ibinum wana kocha. What is due them? Yemfa ma one. Ne yenje insisi. Insisi no namodo. E madam nkofo eba sin. One nkofri one insem. Ne binum pedo sisi one. But what is what I am pinum one sisi yen. On into yebu tanamon. And during that process, they were shot. When Kuan sent in the wire bonny be a tiomano. When Kuan, because we ko wiadi. When Kuan, because why a corruption. When Kuan, because we the omani nisika. Wokuan because they were seeking for their rights. Wokuan because what is due them? Somebody was denying them of. And they were killed. And may pebia wadi mahen. But I won't form a band yet is from Yanaman Ghana. Ma ondi wayanum pono. Ngo onye de obaka ya ne nsempo no. Wadre mayen. Ba be so na som papa ben na emi enowo ya dire som oman Ghana. Maka the next 5 years, the next 10 years, can Cape Coast remember you? Can Cape Coast remember you? The next 5 years, the next 10 years, what community can you be remembered of one thing that you did? Or benefit your community, or benefit a don bebre. Name on your one kote wo pesemin kuminya. And then you pad the same pesemin kuminyanti. Compano ko see defense why on pori time yanoko. Obi no ba breji o mani ndi siwo. But I na abri de yes ibinim de wonu boje ni mo da abra Jesu a yesu ye de ni fifiri ye di kanegu fom. We should think about the nation first. Business is a combination, man. And 77 years ago, Yarika Binum, a backwassembly or down many more. Never be so day. Every be baba, unsu eden, no what's bacao. To build this nation. I am doing my part. And they've been more to swadi a best chrome. They've been more to swadi a better tigatim. Yamea Duma China, the original minister, also obey oil sanitation day. Ewo Ogaha, Ewo Central Region. The Boom Binuma, and one day on 4 year be. Because on many Ghana on 4 on many Ghana, but they know we obey ye. 77 years ago, we still remember these 3 gentlemen. Their role they played. The Omani Botume Jananado, Omani Benyano Foundzi. Omani, have we rewarded enough our heroes? Is it worth dying for? We have one country, that is one Oman Ghana. That is Ghana. Bremi bina yenzim komo 0244 408046 0244 408354. Bremi bi na yenzim komo 0244 408046 0244 408354. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Eje Suman.
Yes, sir.
Alhaji Yakubu Ali Hassan.
Alhaji, salamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Mikia Mala Osman.
All right. Wajedo.
Eje Suman Yankopo Nishiro. Yami among questions a more for me. What you may was Yamin Hoban. The American at the Casepa will begin with it with her. Or ye Kastle FM. Papa will be judged at the Casepa and will be it pussy anyone. Okay, a man gun or your mobile. Mangana ya mob wal. It's in paying for all the 28 dollar was celebrated them Sagina I get enemy. So what cares Bona way who could use the meeting at Donana? Abba this but with the general this celebrated them. Then the one now what case will basically career in society corruption and can't consume lion. It will be 9 months no one shall account. Abba buri etu modern fun abba ba you fun dem ko fa with them the switch na what them so we can just to me spend 200 9 months no won zoom line for come abba be you some if penny no down said well this ka bokoye fa or this ka ye den go wiase I just Ghana for you when you home aboard them I don't yet it's a man Ghana them can they Ghana used to be the negative we could do share a friend national service we Chikale Wavia. If you have to saw many schedule Kutamuna, in a Ghana for your bread. Oh. Okay, Emma, Albandama, no, yes, it's a Ghana for my young Kay. Imping say a Kay imping fat. No, young Kay as imping for the way ya. Wobo Abago. Mamma and Kay a femping for the exercise, the Hankapu, which I was a Hunoko, remind. Only your pain, Papa. On your pain, Papa, where many moon. Medawa say, Mishro.
Yeah, Mr. Waso Bebri. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think we'll go for thank you.
Okay, I say we'll call for Minteo.
Thank you, yeah. Often, it's them, Elecan, as a papa, and a kind of American, so Ghana, the more city. Of the world, them as say, American, on the next be there, Nemua, Minister of Birth Education for Central Region. Because Ghana and Kassan here there, you need the message being not there. It will be mobile, one respect to leadership, or their discipline, because all the sanitation, as a regional minister, sanitation, area sanitation, or Central Region, not saying 1 year, ever after then or the madam of because I'm punishing one second. You do for one. Lay down on Farah. Mogana Mansonko, you're there. A switching between there and for me another sensation day and to the man of Monibia on Rosuma or be responsible. And then you be there. We also be taken. We are the Bahuma. We also the margin of the outside because discipline you and a second. We did our now more per Ghana man, the man of or the discipline on you.
All right. Micha, I say we crawl for you now.
I can't have about much.
My
and never DJ Simple no be able
Chabeduba mam ai.
Beduba
Chianomam.
You're Martin. Beduba. I know trouble.
Yes. All right. Okay. All right. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Kamna.
Our Benyado.
Brother. Brother Sudan.
Yamiadumo na wonswe.
Mo. I came social studies, Papa. I came social studies and kasa. Ta grant. Nana honka kaho. Njewa amado do.
Amado do. Nkofo 3 ana na wo yemi focus.
Messi. Brother. Emanu we ehu. Sisi ala na nkasa no. No chorus no. No the neje we see you grab president example.
Yes.
Nana no for no na mo na ampo be bia. O belong to na ampo all do hwe no hu yi. Because my area ye no. Na enyi obi so mo retwe san. Obi wa ajeyi man no we kuhie na edwuma kita ne nsa na edwuma. E fere don kai we edwuma mpomo wa. Na edwuma no wa ya amon. Dokuna no onyi edwuma no nyodo na dokuna aye edwuma na ma orubunu kwasia. Ye de tugana menini. Brother, oya rohu na sankofo to dem wodi wo boje ya atoho. Na wo ka se pa na le kanambo ko wo de it is in the fact because that's an American or both factor. And I'm some live. Oh, Beijing and Kata on them, the daughter fair national onion in there. Onion in there. What changing the way I believe about what syllables, about what syllables. My family local school, why are confused? And a person, coming from them come to my cade, the monk of you crampo, what came on war, damn social studies cinema. Other no more at you. If you know what the would say, what the wood church, Managana. Now, so the monk of an end there, would you not be to them? Young care one for the abu, won't do po. So, after 20 years, you don't want to fathom. The man he been Musubaya 7, 8 years ago, so 9 years or 10 years ago. Jadi down come and care on you. Papa, ya quota papa ye. Chef Dama papa na papa ye. What we would cheer papa na cow. Nina, you could hear true history. You're about trying to things. Nina, they say, because the man, I wish you could not like us on a war on a pet. So one penny, you want to be a pet. The deal of Pedro won't see who to put. So, what did yellow look at the yellow or you reject? And money will be it.
May I say
that I am a man.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Commissioner.
Yes, sir.
But a poor man.
I'm Yadumo, I won't swear.
I'm Yadumo. If you are bringing, I can't even some papa. Don't be saying it. I can't you there. Then I don't see you over carrying. That's in the year you over in the way. What is in Papa's order? Sisia Ghana no. Waka ye man comedy, min comifie, na ye gano. The men paying fear bobo one is in. So what you one could say one who, and now what you want if you are and one for one on contour. In front to my in Chimbe. In Chimbe, ya be here than a poto, ye re. Ne pesem kuminya ne yazenam ewi ne pesem kuminya ne yazenam oye panyin we adwuma ma oredwe na ni fie be yeye na why zero sin double na why just kene kogu ni fie na nankuti gwedi ehun se de mun panyin fi so wo dwene won kuti won wanti kro wi nti wan goto ma yensu ya ma goto do be chirimba fi yenhwem panyin fu na wa abakọ no ne yensu won papa na waye no ne yensu yen ne dachim da no wa ban yensu yin Yankupani Yedman Navy, I'll be Madasi.
Yankupanin Kawaso, good afternoon.
Yes, ma'am. What may I do?
Yeah, Yamiadumo, Papa, and Pocha, one swear.
No, that's woman, Juma, come a Kastle, maybe I won't program said that. Now the papa, you are done the same, I'm a share. If you can come on, won't come on, Jimmy Manoa. So that. But no other question. I'm the marketing man that was asking in nature. The son or you do also.
Oh, the Nisica boy, how many?
That woman.
Yes.
But then the big sister was the one yeah, in the I'm said, I'm today. Okay, no matter the man or this woman. If I can what's on to me, did you the man or to the offer the movement? I know no matter what the woman is on a slide. But to me, oh, yes, I want one phone. Yes, maybe a vice president. The man saw the wedding Mr. Ford to wash on wasn't born. If I want Mr. What was the company? Mr. And I mean, why I don't want why, yeah, me never, yeah, me, I want to be so you so no. You say, let us down my Miss Shagan there. Let it be another. What do I tell? That's it.
I mean, so baby. It was a was to bring me be 0244 408046 0244 Shabremina Yenzin Como, I won't so much maybe a new one. Ebanazina Wadiba Kyle. The pillars of this nation, Musu Ebusumi be, Emma Yedijino, holding there by corruption, holding there zeros, Nedibi Bakaho, holding there Brennan Yam and Jumas, or money to be no continent yet, holding there about to 2 regu chrome, holding there Sabe, Bia, Wonja one and Quebec Joan and Guma Yaraba Sana Bukrum, would do woman on ye done 0244 408046 0244 408354. Ibini mo duoni sika. Ibini mi duona awoten. Ibini mi duonu boja. Nya onse do wumpo wi. 0244 408046 0244 408354. And the menu chebiri before about 77 years ago. Incidents of Siwa Ghana and they say you're kind of Munkofia. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, Uncle.
Yes, sir.
Morning.
Ejuma Dasi.
Yo, afisha pa so yemi en afisha pa. Anko amene. Me pen bi ka bi kire me de. Me no be yet say ka fa kwa me nko me bi na wo so do ba aden. Say men pen no ko say men so be ye a kwa me nko ma no school bi do ba aden sen ka fa oni kwa me nko ma ideological school. Sa atana da.
Okay.
Nti bohwe wakana bakoso wase utu nechi no wakwa na court cross shed anana ni chuche anana na political shoot ko she kompo acho she magana na japada. Tero kwa mko ampe bi amano. Nti saman so be ya da me school na utu wi wase na wegunun wan san won ka fambla na so wakafa da me school no wada is no bokofo bi no bokofo na ihe na yin bi yebutumi ya shar na yakoto hwana wo bi unless the coming come ideological school no right asa wo da ba until am da an kwa me forget your research na share da masa american no kwala so no ko mo ndawul no share ideological school na adin good madasi
Maso medasi oh 0244 408046 0244 408354. All right, 0244 408046 0244 408354. And in some no will be no mention a woman. You're a teacher, man. Yare chichira man. Yare chichira man. Yan chichira nkwankoro. Yan chichira a certain family. We are building a family of Ghana. We are building a nation of Ghana. We are building one nation. Tamunawo yaniza ya yano. No betume page o mani ma konani. Me dey encourage you. Den nyame aduma ochina. Nyame aduma ochina sanitation dey obokodo ewo oye central region ewo Gwaha Brown ewo unsu fon wo hwemi bi. Ai. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes sir.
Pachoko Mankrebo.
Ankrebo Kotokraba, Ankrebo Minteo.
Samajin Katra.
Yes,
sir. I'm in Kuma, Oya Henry, Betty, Oman, Ghana, Zimani. I mean,
Papa, Dumu Radio no mum.
Kakra, they're saying there, Oman, you would sit in Yankopon, Omana, Yazno, where no man nature, Yankopon, or Omenviano, or the gentleman, or see, I was sharing there. I'm in Kuma, first African man or to me at the man from Mandela, no survey. In the young with the Omena, Damanon. You see, yes, I'm in what now. And with the name get on stone, if man, all those that are put on top of the thing, and they are not showing. And with the name group, we finish some the by force. Yaya, Anna, Wayan Dama, as in the way. You see, and with the Botuni Zama, to them was the young and I said, they won't margin there, what a yama there. Why the BBC there, why and Yawaman, them not young there was saying the business statues will be doing there. Why and the other day with Tiana, but the Masnayans who I know the why and Jimmy, no, on a Faza or Yen. I need to and Chodibo ban tournament people. Others and it be many now. And with any extra time when I hear you hold, I hear you won't. You will so when you I have one funny by Nina National Shagana in Mawadi and Danny Mamu is there or there. I wonder what damage man. One can say, what come on, because the Mazna why you know. Today, Jesus Christ, I mean, all the but Jesus, long as me there, all of us, no part of one, yeah, and so long as no way the whole world. So, on here, or many people.
All right.
So, I'm not so Shada was the end. Some there, some master there, or there on Mana. Because was the Manalo, the more mano, the man obey. And what is one who took one son was son to work there was what son was a man was I chia of a joint of me. I know more.
Okay. Okay, but I say, Papa. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm from Kwesi Mikasafi.
I'm going to see Yenteo.
Selfless and patriotism. Ghana, amazing. To the airborne first. Because in painful Binuma Mayon there, each one for himself, God for us all. And he said, what you giving for benefit? And my money, one will be or extraordinary. They don't enjoy on the same level like other Ghanaians in Moya. But the opinion of Kwame Nkrumah asking Kwame Nkrumah, Ghana, you get to me there, or a man of religion. One of African countries, the whole world reported to there. Kwame Nkrumah was having an extraordinary spirit. to upgrade the whole Africa. But a section of Ghanaians who don't still believe it, they're going against. And the better than na idea na ideology na yadi man obey you. Yetum yenya yesum ya pampomsum. People still hate Kwame Nkrumah. Ninja mapi nubuki pia ocho we owo or that share obushelves so even won't read into politicians won't read. They don't read. And so I am paying for now intellectuals in account. They have to say tell us the truth, teach us the truth in schools. And so
all right. But that's see. 02444080460244408354. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yo, na kasa pick up opinion.
Yo, Papa Bocho, radio no one able to make dumna mama.
Yo, me who crampo.
Ni yinzin komo.
I feel you there.
Daddy Bochin you, oye.
Yo, nothing there. Extra, in common burden. African leaders are what being now. If you Kenya, Oye, Jomo Kenyatta, Nigeria, Namdi Azikwe, and now them will come when you know the Munko for no, Oye, extraordinary. Now, so one man will move be. Nasagana say about the book to me to be of Papa. Oh no. Kwame Nkrumah a kwana wodi ado wodi twenu e kwana oda ye desukwa ma amanfo ohunde kwana wodi ado wodi Kwame Nkrumah ma Nkrumah beye nyina no chede wa ye dan obu ni nyimtia nti wa adum Ghana man nti se ya kwan eno kwasampa na America no wa adum mano ehunde onnechi no ade papa bia ma iba baby you know, Cassife, and to say Ghana, young Quayan could be him on the Ayaka. The young select one of the chain feet and cook one hot. Macam and Command about 20 years on the Ayaka. Could you not come to Magana? In why you done, which is a fool. Then to know the Orban. And see, I must make the cacam more canon.
All right. Papa Maso, Medasi Bebre. Kwame Nkrumah de bezinu nkomo bare ene yere hwe oye Sergeant Ni Ajete Patrick Atipo in a private Odate Lamte seeking the interest of many. Na honor monu dunti they paid with their life. So about 77 years ago, we are still counting. 77 years ago. Question maybe saying that I know money it's worth dying for. Because these people were found one call kono na waba obey one day, one day. When they came back from the war, World War II, what free World War II Beno, or said they woke one because they were pursuing their promise. I want to promise one day. Yes, I could remember any day. Or many was obeying any day. After ya carbon farmer na nimpa say shoot them. Shoot them. Ahaya Kastle 90.3 FM on Chibia. Mabi go from the Betinase. Na is in Como Enkano so Achiado Amo. But I'm a faster and farmer or a high sense. High sense the main can show there. And they 28 and then the AC promo no or end into Enkwaju AC call high sense one showroom across the country or the 16 regions. Na waso Kajiwu AC Nibi or I mean split floor standing Nininabi Ebenyebi or high sense one showroom Mankesim or Ben Blue Hills restaurant or Antekua. Damasno on your Pacific filling station or in his in 0244 0302 550000 0302 550000. Damaso and a Betway Bet Saver. Often into phone for Shemibi. Na one su place wo bet ni na after the match bi anwe wan match o into be bi a be hye ahye ndem mpo ewi good hye yee irade me nkrofo we enti ko Betway kwa hye gu Betway nyame adom o kina Saturday matches nso o Sunday matches ni nyina ko Betway kwa hye ro ho Saturday with Betway you are never a loser dey bi ameka match no fe ni sida bancha bumpo Betway obo twefrimu na nke na go through amo na wasenye scam edzegu ukotoku. Terms and conditions apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsible way. Betway, get way more. And Eviabri Orusayana San. But me cow there as a Kastle Drive, Obawa Quim, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Fridays from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And more music, latest news and gossips, personality profile, and many entertainment or entertaining programs. We entertain you as you drive home safely. And to join the crew, join the team from our Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Kastle 90.3 FM blending tradition with star. Now, a day with new information, knowledge, wisdom, and gossips that helps your businesses, money issues, relationship, and marriage, attitude, and relationship with God. Or you hang out with Kofi Aqua. Hang out with Kofi Aqua. Every Monday to Friday from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Every Monday to Friday from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Just tune in to Kastle 90.3 FM. Now, Ombo Unkoma. Or you hang out with Kofi Aqua. Make out the Kastle Sports Night. Kastle Sports Night. You may do some good cry. There's a in program. So, on to join the sport team. This and every Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. as we bring you the very latest in the world of sport with in-depth analysis and interesting conversations with experienced sports personalities and pundits. And every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. Shamis Ruby Adams and then Yanaman Kanina. Kawajan as a Manohunto, Kawajan Manohunto, a hundred and a wave. And our about Kawajan, but then constructively, but Kawajan and so be a robot. The moment Eric Canoyano Quarina Udzika, the Eric Canoyano Quarina Udzika, or into Kawajan Bawake. Every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Join Osman at the moon, Osman the winger. Now, one come on, Arjen. Yeah. Kastle 90.3 FM, blending tradition with star. Exactly 20 minutes past the hour of 3 on Chebia Mabigo from the Betinasi na easy in common of Fidio Maha and then Sembebre and His Excellency the President of the Republic Ozikwe Kotugwa and interviews are hona our home Damaso and the Yetinasi na Yashen Semibia Obebo Tugwa. Adida MPP Amayukuno Wanso Wakasai. After the State of the Nations address, the NPP caucus in Parliament wants to obey na wanye Oman Ghana bedi in common. They are not satisfied with the State of the Nation address at His Excellency Ozibebo Tugwa and Rafi and Semibia. Okay, no, feel there. That is not the reality according to the NPP party. But this anti-gay bill no Wasan wait table or parliament biwa. Sam George, Honorable Intim Fojo, and the Binuma Wakan Wasan a table. Now, His Excellency in order to go, the only 2 genders exist. Government will renew expired anti-gay bill. So the President John Dramani Mahama has reiterated his firm stance on same-sex marriage, affirming that he believes only 2 genders exist, a man and a woman. Addressing the clergy on Friday, February 28, Mr. Mahama underscored his Christian faith as the basis for his view on family structure and marriage, while also highlighting his commitment to ensuring that these values are enshrined in Ghana's law. We say mutual mwa beto meba ya betina sina is in komo high Kastle 90.3 FM for all messages in the fabra for 0244743143 0244743143 yeah the text message another WhatsApp message fabra na menkan informo 0244743143 0244 743-143 okay niza odi ababa menhwe na menkan mfemfiri na mentwa mombra okay ma menhwe mi na ma mentwa mombra too meba you're busy in Como. Aye. Aha, a Kastle 90.3 FM. Memano Hodo. I'll be back soon.
principle and the values that only two genders exist, man and woman. And that a marriage is between a man and a woman. I've spoken with the Speaker so that a renewal of the expired Proper Families Bill, Values Bill, should be a bill that is introduced by government rather than as a private member's motion. And it's my hope that that consultation would see a renewed Proper Families Values Bill. I, as a Christian, uphold the principle and the values that only two genders exist, man and woman. And that a marriage is between a man and a woman. I've spoken with the Speaker so that a renewal of the expired Proper Families Bill, Values Bill, should be a bill that is introduced by government rather than as a private member's motion. And it's my hope that that consultation would see a renewed Proper Families Values Bill.
Okay, but I can this message. I Kastle 90.3 FM. Mama no hodo. Obi betu mfifre. Mama no hodo. For message in 0244743143. It's good afternoon. I really enjoy your show. Thanks for reminding us to always to contribute our quota to the progress of our beloved country Ghana. From Efe. Okay. se menye dini ya fetchem efe anade efa efe. Okay. But I say also for 0244 743 143 text message another WhatsApp message for bra maybe go for atna say Nuruddin Kobna Isa adwena dinyi one de say Commander.
Yeah. I did.
Commander, we have a
oh, it's ever said there.
Yes.
So which more does I Nina? Maybe can I catch other me a fan of I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There are so many ways to avoid saying I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It is a if meant to mind, yeah. Number 2 in a mayor, I'm sorry. Meanwhile, myself will 30 minutes ago. Enjoy my day. Myself 30 minutes ago. Until I'm sorry, about 30 minutes now.
I'm back. So we need to make progress.
What's your job on my body?
Oh. Ninai.
Until I'm fan, man. Sorry.
Be a final boko.
Oh, be a boko.
Able to kuti di because information I say no. It's able to kuti.
Oh, right, your name.
Yeah, there me
You know, Baba. Samba. Na chade into mamba.
Yes.
Not a bibi into mamba. But the Baba contains that.
Baba.
And tonight, even work on once and once a day. Miami Ashisha Nobum.
Yeah.
No matter what you will do. As one baby, I did see Budu Nebudro. Nobody can stop it. I catch on no one to stop it.
Yaminu 2 minutes.
I be a station Budu. Nothing can stop it.
Yes.
So that's how
I mean the trend are all corner.
Yeah.
I mean the feedback ni you.
Oh yeah.
Feedback ni you.
Yeah. So that's how it is.
Yeah. All right. But I say. But and then you made for it in Komobi about 77 years ago. As NBC or my Ghana and Kofubia were rising for their interests. They were shot. 3 military officers. Majida, you know, in the Mabakwa Samana Dada. I mean, in Komo and for this nation, be able to. I mean, you hear the contribution of these people. Ebinya or my Ghana, Ujananado, and they. You to me, I reward our heroes that much as a nation.
Well, Maminchia and Concra, what say you as we are brave, Mobi Araha. I do not have one day, also when you may
Yada,
Mofa Quenje do sooner, Minchia, if you know, or yeah, brother, in India and Azazi, or Francis A. J. Kudonko. Now, Minchia, the entire production team. Yamahunambo 30 minutes on easy. It be boss sweat, but to be no content basa. Tinia Shemoha. Your production or production wait 30 minutes if you buy. That's how it is. I said there was no VH. Hey, as a friend honoring our heroes. On Matse, no brofu or but I don't when you brofu can one find man can yeah. Was the nation that does not honor its heroes is not worth dying for. Nti what is in Ukraine? On intina ofim bribia abasanokon. Na yawo 1st July. Are dedicated to honoring his senior citizens. Because I own when they can ambra in Germany on you. I had the margin in paying for that. Come for Bana, what in a year for home or come for power button. We know. The penny beer was as you do. Now, if you are a walk for shawasi. Some call for bread. Na a moment that your friend easy. Oh no, I'm saying yeah. That was a better than why you're paying about Usana when you're baby. And Joe, since I went over there, say movie. Say, onyum to fibine zo ka o se we hu de obi aya obi so hu de awaye na ankamfo obi a obi so nkamfo da mbotata say it is in the spirit of this no ma here on here there of bill to burn yamma ankwankra wo bre man him atina he image me rebo magana
me yama family
share erebo ejuma in developing a country.
Yes.
On one direction. Nti even the opposition. Nti na eho baby na papa ko na wabasa no kwano no okeka na say yes na okeka. You don't have to use those words. Because painful said that the old chasa no yim the nature achia. So even in pano ojina no okacha the which achia na tenanan, that person is contributing to what do you want to achieve? Inti as I wa fa na there yabobon nkrofo ho na bado inkran nhye nti education for one is and what's there or intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation ma okoyimpa na akumam enwa onu emfo won hu na ma wadze ma no so a on a office a citation obobo certificate obobo. These are all things that make that my lecture be all can be about professionalism. Ebema obi kwan man pakunu hu no, oh this person is a professional. As a pakunu real officer, the person should see something in that office that shows there a professional. It is a motivation on you are. And that what I say no maintain you. But what I call lesson now. You tow a line. Na kobo binizin. Na da mi pangana ha ebonizina. Ono ibin mi za ho. Pa da ndemri on tase. Ina binum so jamo ya ho kwa me nkroman atasa. So definitely even though what topic numpo on fa ho but was no bobam. Eya ho hwe onye. And these are I'm gonna work as and so say who know. Obia pick BB from that particular person. It's my your school be where was of an Ghana National Atida. Nti say ebokona bakwasama na ojina da mi impa da is that person not worth honoring?
Yes.
But that's one argument in say. Nti be brave ha. Even though na yaze bobinu hunizin. Yaza ka one. Anhwempa yankasa hono ho nwie. But I think I know pay. Mushabi. And the vice president on na ojinai and ayunzin komo. But my own was offer now as my speaking or say my easing or so whatever and say voices and as but no orko or your gestures be if you read the body language
wabra no okoshia gatten yeah
she was telling them something.
Yes.
Even though Mike's not pick up my hand. But you that naka send chair yell the one I say.
Or starting from the veterans, no.
Yes. Mosha Zibizu. No, unjian grofu bebre. Another winjia. But odu one fansa sabi maman can hear I don't my yo as someone. Or the uchiaman. But one fansa and two when in some. Until do kishia one of the officers or besia knows when him. But you mean that was also a motivation. I want to know also them besia no crying. Mpachata say nyini nyina na sabi wo to aza achew. But ekwan bi oba fodo a onyo bakasa. Ekwan oba fodo bi ebo a oba serew achew. That alone or your motivation. Okay, now Arabic way to be me if you butcher in painful meter one chamate. Also, Kullu Maruf Sadakatan. Anything good one does is sacrifice. As a papa beer, Obi Bayan, I have a bo. So at that point, Munda, even though Uncle Cool gold the man, but to shake hands with the lady is what's an answer man can be to shake hands with the woman. That alone. Is it important to make an answer? Inti, as I was fan about somebody on here, the offer to be able to go about. I want a young car one. Oh, yeah, young car one. But country called Ghana, say 28th February. Yet to be Asha for Tadama. It's my Yakawan. Yakawan. Oh, yeah, more taxi in there. If you are light bezena, most buttons in I have announced. But Wakawan. Yeah. Kakamutu Makayan. It is only when but I know on Namoduma. The man is Sunday see. Say, Ebia, young folk can be the answer when I name. Ono or day you yes. McKay, one interview of Reverend Osekofi. That is one bonus is CBS say, what can we need? The last one I acquire
African Captain.
Captain. No, it's a one farmer who was saying something. Yeah. Means that she was Amahona. But say a car when a nanumpo. Not the very issue now. Namodoma is sunny seeing. Sa omanin chair ya. Etomra. But I'm yet to read on it. Say yen kwatinza.
Atombra.
Yeah, Atombra.
77 years ago.
Oh, chare ya brodo. Aha. Ono nyede asetana yezena nchemu wesi. Peacekeeping on yede Ghana fu bia akobiem. Nkano na bro no bi wo Igweha. Now was Obi Kita Waka or drive with taxi. Night Jiff you be over the Mukronum Ninsema. In your beer will chrome home on drive or carnibium. Keep close how Makayawa win him. But see, Bibi as a chow. Tincha, I want to walk. Mother would cheer my home and farmer one. One combra whom we been watching one uncle. I didn't know was maybe no one quite a boko. I don't know so because on 4 bantazi. My system like say, a jitura was about Taza on the trivia. Time was there comes what as somebody are Kotazi. So if we have not done that, oh no, yeah, mistake. Yeah. In fact, I heard here, obey a how Kasama or Manan. My cat they be them blaster for one another. Ni bin mulk can be there. Say yeah, the mazina young qualify. Yanji company beam. So we need to do because I that champa kuno di name. Yes. More simple in the way di name ayu. No was woman way. Minimize the same line now. Yeah. So that is where the problem is. But young fashion it's musu there. Is one poach out. A debut about the Mukam Kuma Samanazan. Masosa Mabahibia, I catch him. And the postponing them. And then my focus was not me focus on you coming from or before my quality no before. Showboy, but showboy isn't before. But the focus was and I'm one of the Munko Fuchi name in Pempenduna. You to me, you're quite quenya and found with the crowd. Yeah. By being I want I 1K. Yeah, nah, it been seeing him there. Even that one nalo scene. Showboy name Hubi. But that has it. Kwame Nkrumah. Because after that, there was a communique. After that, Kwame Nkrumah was disowned. When he owned up there, this is what happened. And most of his people said no. No, I said, I'm a movie. Yes. Number said, Eda, ever come was some pocho. Showboy, now some on the account. Yes. I really are gonna who be no more day as a song do Shamunabimna. You can so showboy no a new. Yes, and I had one of flesh. Yet for far, showboy when I am more. Coming Kuma is a showboy. You understand?
And Magana, Eben as in a yensu ye, na family.
Against tomorrow, I am so overcome here.
Yes.
It's no more ho. Kitty, what do you see as very little? But in Champion Day, I'm coughing on Casabia.
Oh, yeah, yenya course in painful or in your course. Now, if you cry to or to the car, a big now tram and open program, put on with the personality combination man.
Nah, I want work as a case also. Baby, we ain't them calls me. But I say, you are not telling the people those course that the class of painful when I can't one. I have some books in my room, and Yami Motayo. Obi have minimum background. No,
what about you?
Obi also Abraham. I have some books. If you watch your digital book, no, about
man be Bram Crow Hadi. Or Tron is in, or Tron letter come home.
McKay there, last week, McCay said, you are. Penny be weighing any, I'm afraid. But it's good, so I went to my height. Our senior brother, Paul, agitated Zani. And when Fanny can say, yeah, I know from us, come on, yes. Now he was working with the then MCE for Cape Coast, Patiation. So, Ben and Maka said, at that age, somewhere around 1997, 98. You. The Punisho be a Mupunisho Nana, Obizen crab there, that papa say a monk on office, Moka no more file bido. And my kind of baby da was a take it, read as and when you are free. I am documenting a papa as a moment. Namoko to the day. Before the year 2000, there was a school feeding program in Ghana. But what said you? And that report was captured in the annual report of Ghana Education Service. But do you know that when President Kufuor introduced school feeding? Now, what's it being seen even in Africa? But as at the year 1999, Ghana Education Service had their conference in Western Region, or your annual program. In the report of GES, they captured the 3 northern regions as school feeding all Kodo. And do you know the objective of the program? To encourage girl child education. Look at this. So I'm saying that sometimes, if you have a man, they be be afro, Charlie. Here could be also there. I mean, may I before by number pen. He called into the studio. I think it's across current. Sorry to say that. Yeah. Also, Obisa hosting them. May I before by number opinion. And I'm to me Michelle. And I'm saying I have to be paid that. But this is I am there. Be also a better doctor.
Yes.
So, man, these are the motivations.
Yes.
And as and when you say it, so be it maybe in the line of your submission, or to be changing pakuna thinking, the thought of that person toward the country called Ghana, you have achieved something. But for that person to call you, one Frobiara, go, I am going for now. Black. Hey, Obi bro. I'm mastermind there. 77 years.
Yes.
So since I walk call the matching. As a result, the is sending to one. So on Ghana, that's a terrible mistake. And we need to reconsider it.
And you know, the comrades are whether I say, I do not dingy on a dish. So pon dish. I got to
namesake.
Akaba.
You know,
I ended a and toy, but
as if
and onion toy, but on your feet, we will forgive you.
Boss, now watch him check when I'm mid. Boss up and come.
But Bibi Aboko.
Yeah,
I see, the Bibi Aboko. And Koma is a very Boko, yani, a very important. You draw the sense of patriotism. 77 years ago, Christianborg Castle shooting, 3 people died, marching for their rights.
It's unfortunate. Mamazin Kanichia, or yeah, it's if I would say kastlefm, be I my bro. Every year be 28th February, we are celebrating 1 hour match here or shoot one, but actual reward for the people Nankasa Academy, even to their family, the nation has not done it. So you see, sometimes a big sacrifice and through a nation, it tells you that he has a nation at heart, and they are the mother. And normally, seeing to my reward one for what they did for this country, or ya not, or ya hawk a crowd. This time round, here I be our friend, the Jesus, and the name market, but how to sacrifice for this nation, let it make sure that we get another that be, and but I think nation I'm on ye as a massa, and the right thing must be done, even though they are not around, but they have families. The nation can do something for them about to my day. Because I had them, that is why I should be so crying there. So no to the man among now. The more reward no was his zimpa or yema son ahumba.
Yes, or zimpa yes in a hunya.
And he one I can ask me if it was zimpa was at all. Say you're not yet who's in a no. But sacrifice, I was sacrificing my this nation. And I but it will be so far. They are small corner. Also, why you want to say, winning you now, say, why I'm painful. And we are trying to at least contribute to the growth of this country in all sorts of ways. But the reward from the nation now, by them paying for one of them, which is the what to send a crowd, or they make sure that them reward and waba. When yet speeches, now 28 February, I can of march in, I would do. It was a Flagstaff House was a fan of a bomb. True now. You just watch it another February, but 2018, I got the same thing, and you have a count. At least let's honor them. So that here now, you won't show until I'm cut the BJZ for so. Will be prepared there. They also sacrifice for this nation. And this time around, on this side, not about what you have for your nation, it's what you have, the nation has for you. That's the thinking now. Or what system no CCR. And I think this narrative, say the more rewards as an about it will help all boy. And actually normally I was there is something different and excellence now, but yeah, the more old type and sometimes before we are and you watch how maybe I in school, but we do it. But the talent the person have, to develop this technology, but what he can do, can do better. This person, like, I'm so disappointed with this man.
Kantaka.
Nation feeling.
Okay.
And although yeah, little about it, but at least what is preventing an administration, whatever it is, to tell me that this ministry pick up so on the air, because a man yet to cast and I'm a what is preventing us there? The cars not produce man. But the mentality of some of the people, what the participant in now was not in there as a but to grow it so that if I can we will. Yeah, on and on. Now you have a can Zama. Oh yeah, sure. And a day, now why a day, On a crime, just they put my on an atmosphere. But it tells you there, although they be out on school corner one shot in English, but in some way, clearly, productivity arts can help the nation. Or they can one to be at the margin. Like it would be nice. A nation like Ghana, but also assemble cars again and painful ministry so but it's cantanka card no use. Clearly, if 40 didn't from one, it would there will be improvement from what I put my name. While when such for now, it becomes so how all your different things are. All the ultimate bohana, you but honor on very well. Obession crofun crane, so that once worry ya with me one who had why you more that woman. So I mean I do 28 and I say you have a card man in the aqua. Nine to them as about here we see. Chile another 28 by February. Now them topic as I'm saying reasonable, but to honor them no. Although they know how they have families go to my
all right. Anka to where I say we see
is one. It is also a fact that the 28th February shooting incident on normal Ghana have because history tells us there from January of 1948. Now there's one Ghana chief ni Takiboni. Not only will lead some market operators and the traders
on the awam issue.
That is association.
Yes.
But do you know that the very day now the boycotting or ending, that was the very day
shooting.
So your phone was working on it. So, but it ended up there. The UGCC issued a statement. Whilst condemning the shooting incident, the UGCC was also talking about self-governance. So it gave birth to the Watson Committee or Commission. Then they also came with some recommendations. One of them is that they were looking at the 1946 Constitution. And that Constitution does not give Ghana for Gold Coast then power. So today, Yere Jenny for Wizi on Jebiara President take decision there. Say you can say 15 million Ghana cedis so ho. Aviam kwa baby abiem. Yen service can fire for. Whilst doing this, if you look at the trajectory, or the monk Crawford, ni takiboni num. The veterans na the last day of the boycott.
Yeah.
I was staging one as I ate to yen. And there, the whole thing was calculated. Must there at appropriate time. My topic, if it is about the show boy, maybe in the birthday. Na yet we'll be looking at some few things.
Yeah.
There, politics played its role because Kwame Nkrumah show boy on another Ozebe in our politics was different from what the UGCC style was.
Okay.
So it culminated in a lot of activities. For some of us, looking through the history, yabakade in the famuza oman Ghana yewumi yemfa bi nkama dam veterans na sabi wahwe hwanon kwan na ni takibond no so yemfa bi man. Now of course the master strategist Kwame Nkrumah show boy.
All right.
Onye neze.
Ludi kamre isa ana anka to some.
Urban is it urban there young reward on one said you struggle for independence. What was about?
Yeah.
That's my and I think people place more rules, also a big ajaza. No matter the reward in the bed. I mean I don't mind if they are rewarded ajaza because every rule that be a play is important.
Or deserve to be rewarded.
That's my and I didn't want to go into some place because of through that into independence to be celebrating independence Also, one in Jubilee House to cut the cost. And see, you're fighting Galamsey, so you're quite a conference of Kepiski. On a young fire, cut the cost.
All right.
You blue cost. See, this petty and the more showboyism and the more, bank company, it doesn't help others. Let's speak to the issue.
I got to
because if you in your press conference for River Banter, why on Galamsey, if you are not a conference of what do you have to achieve? To blow the taxpayers' money award.
Okay. But I say, it was amazing common. More message in number 0244-743-143. 0244-743-143. Every American, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the former president of the Republic, in the last State of the Nation address, issue on cocoa. Our cocoa sector has witnessed remarkable improvements, with productivity increasing from an average of 450 kilograms per hectare to 800 kilograms per hectare, making Ghana a leader in sustainable cocoa production. The 11 income differentials policy, a policy agreed to by President Alassane Ouattara of Cote d'Ivoire and myself under the aegis of the strategic partnership agreement between our two countries, which is a fixed premium for $400 per ton added to the selling price of cocoa beans, irrespective of fluctuations in market prices, ensuring that our hard-working cocoa farmers receive a fairer share of the global value chain, indeed receiving the highest price in the history of the cocoa industry in Ghana. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, in the Okama ni maiden State of the Nation address, Oma Oman Ghana yansu yeta sede, the public debt Omani yanika ojina 721 billion Ghana cedis. ECG owns 68 billion, Cocoa Board 32.5 billion. We are making strides, but the call, what is the real issue with the cocoa sector?
Well, I think I have to set this record straight. Yeah, young Kasa day, Kasa for the sake of Kasa. I've given you an instance. If you want to compare Mama Kaina, what you do is that a conference be war Galamsey pitch beam. Or cost 1 city. Why they in no okay no hotel no cost 1,000? Then you are making sense. I'm saying there. Why was the Independence Parade was a voter region or costing 15 million? President Mama said that yeah BM. I said that say yeah BM no. Why a conference on Galamsey on one kind of pit? What is the reason? The first one in Okwasin. First conference in fighting Galamsey, ayon wa pitch in the moon. Okwasin ahen. Na my Ezako hotel no so costing ahen. That will warrant equal justification when I'm talking about 15 million. Oranges and apple. Orange are no woman. Apple wouldn't direct. My young there said, you can't some other, you can be if it is politics in Janka Bibi Keke. And if you some other here, you or the same thing. Because President Akufo-Addo said just January. Also, the here production AI close to 800,000 tons.
Yes.
And I get them, yeah.
Yes.
Now look at this reading. Mama Kwana Mankanata. I say in the 2023-2024 crop season. Is my potato asa?
Metase.
Etase. Cocoa Board could not, could not supply 363,767 tons of cocoa. 300,000. No, 800,000. Here's also
800.
So why were they not able to supply? Until last week, me catch out. And I am a If you're a baby, fetch a mind. I'm interested in this one. The economic dialogue. And the budget. On the subject of anyone who wants to make any impactful or effective communication based on them. Ntina, my party information, man, I'm a call you. And baby, am I know to him? Man, can you? Or just a casual reading. Into say, I could find to catch a Ghana for that. The production was 800,000. Meanwhile, the same year, 2023, 2024, what do you produce to Crampo? No, 400,000. And I used to work at in there. I can a parliament and Jenga can cocoa sector. And I can cocoa, Obinu cocoa abenim. So, reading this, na I think Nana Kufa do Mokenya, young to be. On the same paragraph. I said there, the move 333,767 tons of cocoa, which is sold at 26,000 per ton. As a result, the then management of Cocoa Board rolled over until when we meet more than a supply. A kajibusa. I said there, roll over this contract into the 2024-2025 cocoa season. The next paragraph, I better see. This implies that for every ton of cocoa delivered this year, in fulfillment of the rollover contract, Cocoa Board and Ghanaian farmers will lose $4,000 in revenue. And there, I'm interested that some of these areas, you pick area na you discuss. Not yet fafaha cobbles and be yafaha na yafaha. So I'm happy with where you are coming from. What it means is that President Akufo-Addo lied to Ghanaians that we increase cocoa production to 800. But man kano ma kana yana ita sa amemate san chado uso 18. But
that was the last state of the nation addressed by President Akufo-Addo.
President Akufo-Addo no kebia. Yeah. So judging from this, is Cocoa Board in that position at that time? They produce 800 tons. Why the rollover? Also, Mr. Speaker, as I address this honorable house, Cocoa Board has supplied 210,000 tons out of the rollover contract, resulting in a revenue loss of $840 million for both Cocoa Board and the Ghanaian farmer. About being about President Akufo-Addo there, the last state of the nation address on Kadamanchayan. About you, Benito. Because before 2024 December elections, Ghana for brain was there cocoa sector Olugu. But any other one pin because they were bent on breaking the 8. Until no amount of works would change them. See them budget say. Na njaya waka assembly was there. So me so we will say na say there.
Mami wu na si wada.
You be no.
I bet you be on wait but.
Until you be na yedi. I mean bo no me say there and the make there present state of the nation address and honor I see them as just words. But budget no ba. Honor you have to go through the appropriation. The appendices attached to it. Yami bu oni yebia. Na nyabuta na ekana se bia etasa. Ni bu hu emima wodezi hen. Anke Yankwado. I say cocoa board and the Ghanaian farmer will lose another $495 million when the board finishes supplying the remaining rollover contract. Additionally, Mbochoteyo, cocoa road commitment alone total 21.7 billion, of which only 4.4 billion is included in the total debt of the 32.5. Baby. This debt has arisen mainly because of the decision in 2019 and 2020 to award road contracts worth over $1 billion. Yakaji 3 billion. What IMF war on one family boom. Why the thought and wasn't my hin? No conditionalities. Until him there 2015 isn't. I know you be few be ma. Young fa how young fan to him and do. Yes, Sunny and Kofi Amabuaka can no one does it. Sir President Mahama by 2028 Obi Fiabanum no Sunny to him call. I am a free he has failed Ghanaians. But I'm can for. You entered with an IMF program. So you for your need if you are Benum. Now as soon as the Ghana I can say IMF be or he has failed. And I don't think President Mahama will do that. Look at this. Sir Yerubuman. In this sector, what's other cocoa no a cash crop? What makes it cash crop is that some of these products and other crops, you know, etona in whisker. Onuntina abrafunu wujinado no was here then was a bobusa. The biate da man eton da mazen ebokao. Ada sabi tafrecha onso to gwadon. What on ebokao? Say here na no me ibi se na obaka kire. So okafa no tomatoes bottom. Na tomatoes no so the kantanu do no other bay. Na bia the pen enu kantanu do na asa. Ochade oda onumpo dan o declare profit. Central o declare profit in there. The more Elton azen en kanon nam mpanyimfo kan asem bi wase there. Twan zama mafu hone zinebi. Do you know what it means? That time I know. Now was there zama mafu they are not interested in profit and then in nhu kase. Nso aye sopi. That am sopi in trading in or a little drops of water. Nso ban kitten ezigbo man why boom. Into the more Elton azen I kefa ba on chair wo gwado na wa asa. Eso man, that gives you profit. Manke eda Ghana ye koko because koko na ansa na obi fi akwan. Na we tue ka we ma ye use. Enti so no so ye ntumi ye fa koko no nkwa. Ma ekaw da henechi. Eda atwelbu wun. Ye bo hu ne tantan. Ghana fa what about 2024 December. When abutaya what to aban ekora aba. Na me yin nka ne sisi aye. Pede mo hwe budget na economic dialogue ne wa mo hwe ne ye na mu wi amade eden. Mo conclude.
All right.
But for now, somebody should ask President Akufo-Addo. Then another. And then January I catch Ghana for the cocoa production. We do almost 800,000. Na ma edu kwa yedu kutu ya wakao. When you 400 though, it's not half of what he was talking about. Oh yeah, 333. Yen for mo gwe chin nkan 334 tons. Yen tumi ya anya ma ya cheme bien. Na 800 will produce green.
But there is a report by the Africa Report. Also or report Ghana as high risk as debts cocoa sector, worsening financial position, and the West African nation prevailing economic challenges have highlighted fear of debt default. This is according to Africa Report. I got to.
But that's the truth because he has a cocoa sector.
32.5
billion.
Yes.
So it's recorded. Into when that go aside others in power, one fan count because they were just looking at the mainstream public debt. But that's what can I say?
All right. I got to.
Munya. Nyansa, you see, I'm more used to the same way as I'm on.
I got to nyamte. Yinzin komo.
Munya. Aka about a kwana yafa independence. And I picture there because of there was a policy of rotation of our independence. First day one crown cutting. Until another danka we are now going to rotate in every region. John Dramani Mahama, the president of the Republic of Ghana, Akade Dabi. Opado is your young or year Jubilee House. Not cut down cost. The important is to cut down costs. Na obika chem ne asema maka no sabiu oni minyansa owoma de sabiu ahye ho as mom use the words be man your radio do mati again na mso be kan there munya our position no press conference ayen wo oye nsu galamsey press conference na ayen wo nsu and there's a bar benum or a Kempinski Hotel and a conference and as an or a galamsey. Sebio, apart from Kempinski Hotel, the cost on or very high. Any moderate place able to because you want to cut down cost. I wouldn't answer. Wasn't I can answer? Once I'm not can answer.
I got to. Oh, you're queen you.
Munya. Yeah. Apart from Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the colonial masters 100 economy as a man now. No yenye cow any sector of the economy. Urban this Fourth Republic. I'm my witness. I've been being you are all sector no account. But one example, any government or any simple but leaders in Rollins, from Rollins about on President Kufuor, from President Kufuor to Athamas to President John Mahama about offended. Or another Danko Akufo-Addo. No other President Rollins. Tell me which government now Sibu every sector of the economy. Nakauno. Because what had the manners the kawa you'll be offended assets and liabilities. But any president offering John Dramani Mahama. Now you let me portray the liabilities and tell Ghanaians and leave the asset aside. The assets one come as in the state of the nation, the assets one bow bibia and I'm a boy. He did not even mention one. Our nationality. But try to tell us there every sector, including the cocoa sector, ECG, offending the chrono account offending. The man 3 you. Come on. But I like the response of minority leader as a man. Because it's clearly they're not paid there. Or share hand there. Ghana, apart from that, liabilities I want to know. But I catch me now there, you asset. And clearly it tells you there, he's telling us there, a Juman own to me.
Hey, really?
Yes.
Don't you also think the liabilities, are way much
Dabi,
than our assets?
Offering GDP, as I say. I can come on zaman na with Japanese now, Boma, a cowers, and I shed not swift, not shed mewo. Until be at GDP be 78%, I tell you, and will be at 28% only a fan asset. And I am a dog. The MPP Amanuku, yeah, about 2017. And son I cover ECG and I'm wa. Son need ya and I need ya. Any sector and I'm a kind of sector in son I cover. Need ya. But all the sectors, education sector, I'll give you a typical example. Sir, and this Amanuku was started to see offended them buildings of
E-blocks.
Sir, contractors went to your uncle. And people able to hear, and I'm wa. Sir, road fund, and other contractors, road, what contractors, not and this was uncle. And I'm wa.
Okay.
Mobo, to the extent that only one yellow buses me. Secondary school, Sabaka. So went here. Emma, reliability by people able to hear. The most important thing I'm going to make in there, Emma. It is only MPP, Emma. And as a year Babrima, be discover another resource, yes, Ghana, Emma. And then Zamai one, although I'm not chasing her, but I discovered it. And at this photo public, President Guford discover oil in commercial quantities. And I'm wa. And at this photo public, we catch your dream or your asset. Again, now the Danko Akufado lithium or your asset, it's $100 billion worth of what? Cash on the account. And when you talk about Ghana as a call, or yes, 700, another yen total debt here, 721 billion. We are talking about lithium pure worth over $100 billion on our asset. Or your lamentation in a President John Dramani Mahama or yen. And you see, the reason why and even all the sectors are, I mean, I don't have a problem because you can talk about what all the problems because we knew it. Our country in the film, we are not out of the wounds yet. Even the advanced countries still are solving problems. And I'm what?
Okay.
It's when you enumerate the problems now, as some catch a Ghana friend there, you want to fix it. Now, why are you examples in there? Why you be that into Obayano? Was a total bloody lie to Ghanaians. It was a bloody lie in the face to Ghanaians.
What is the lie about the okay?
I wonder, Nanka Sobasha the ornament. Obashabu or Akasano.
Yes.
Okada ornament.
Yes.
But rather prefer solutions to the problem, not lamenting. And Odu baby no kada. Oh yeah, the product check out why you be do. Into urban the economy as an upper office now. Including the cocoa sector here can once a minute now. Whatever sector now. He cited and used young power generation, ECG, and electricity as an example to Ghanaians there. From the year 2016 January to the year 2017 January, there was no power outage. Really? And that record no one no. Is that true?
But Uncle Toby Kade on lament, but he's in to solve problem. But that person is being faced with challenges. Uncle, the challenges are all faced. Now, on prefer solutions to it.
And I'm making a say you, or care about the liabilities. What about the assets? So go on if you want. Did you hear John Dramani Mahama, the President of the Republic of Ghana, even talking about the asset? It's typical example, typical example. Yen gold reserves are your way. You better started the year start of the 3 point something or no 32 right now. Do you hear him talking about it? Because it doesn't suit him. I'm saying there, after the lamentation telling us the problems, he was specific. There, why you be do? Tell us what kind of why you be there at the power sector. Now the time, do so from January 2016 to January 2017, yeah, experience what? So to the extent that in August there was a timetable ECG release. President John Dramani Mahama and example wasn't mine there. Why the mad identity? Obutuma fix the economy, I'm sorry, failure.
Failure.
Then say mercy, ejinado na eza ye no enwa. Me ejinado catch a gun for the year na yenhwe me ejinado ma ye no. On never fad me za fix the economy no. But asema catch him onye no kware.
But Akato engine the cocoa sector is struggling because American people Ghana Netherlands Business and Culture Council.
Yeah,
you can also check. But also, Cocoa Board loses credibility for syndicated loans from foreign banks.
Yeah, I mean, Mrs. has announced chow ya, go on the MPP. Obusu Baketcher to my.
So what's the chow cry? That is why you're too abandoned.
What that or your crowd or you don't know? As a bad fix, so that is why MPP was booted out of power. That is it. And that's about to I had the major man.
So Obafix was not Ghana phone with the real issue. Obafix. But I never said he will not do it.
And I must say, I want to make it also by you know, or mine example.
Okay.
Other particular Ghana for the why you be that. Don't to my I'm so a failure. As I'm so catch me now, no call them.
I got to be
that. Because there be some questions now.
But more just a minute today.
I don't want to waste time on MPP why you now on you know. Because they were in opposition, they told Ghanaians. And what catch Ghana for the ABC now one what by ya one bottom one. Munya Obi abo to my phone. Now I start because I the year 2016 February State of the Nation address President John Mahama no be catch and the what solve or energy crisis no. Inti March no Dr. Mahama no kede there's energy crisis no na no problem. Into what solve why don't do the prison. But a year or June. We are not out of doomsday yet. President John Mahama. July. Tehaso. Doomsday not over Mahama. July. And sana first one April. April.
From which portals, which reports?
You can go to GhanaNews.com, Daily Guide, graphiconline.com. In a Ghana web, now or and a type of problem.
Okay.
Maman can't offend after April. That time not John Bahama or your president 2016. In February, I catch the WhatsApp problem. Natia Mahama makes U-turn on Doomso, says it is not yet over. And again, Messi, there was a timetable from ECG in August. It is like President John Dramani Mahama catch Ghana for there. Doomso na yakomu no ya experience me from 2016 January to 2017 January. Ntona ya hwado nyam fan hunde urban situation na yewo mi a obotuma solve clearly some am bo ha na marking in evidence them on there or a failure.
Okay. I got to say, but Ebusame Panama can be, I mean, the cocoa sector, the trend oracle with what the president said, and then reporter Abba, even at the time, the then administration or Krampona, it means the cocoa sector, bia or namrokono, it need to be serviced. it's dangerous. Now, from Ghana Netherlands Business and Culture Council. Now, we're reporting on the 23rd of August 2024. Also, Ghana loses credibility for syndicated loans from foreign banks. Now, it says, by then, Honorable Joseph Boahinedu, Oye Cocoa Board chairman. Also, Ghana Cocoa Board, the state entity responsible for regulating the country's cocoa sector, is facing significant challenges in securing its traditional syndicated loans this year. Among other things, the institution lack credibility to be handed such colossal money. The difficulty starkly contrasts previous years, where Cocoa Board could secure loans at favorable interest rate for as low as 1.5%. However, Cocoa Board is dealing with much higher interest rates, reaching a staggering 8%, and has encountered setbacks in its 2024 attempt to secure $1.5 billion syndicated loan from international banks. So Ankrato, actually the report obey and what President Mahama presented to the nation, the issue our Cocoa Board. Do you think Cocoa Board will here?
In the first place, Marcus several times actually the MPP self admitted the massa and manano and the economy no
MPP admitted.
Election
But by the last State of the Nation address, President Akufo-Addo stated that the economy, Ojanenado is recovering.
Now recovering Ojanenado are two different things. Recovering in Ojanenado. I was speaking. Okay. On your two different things. Recovering are the same thing as Ojanenado.
Okay.
So if Nanado don't go for the catch the economy recover, now so catch no Ojanenado. Okay, Ojanenado now recover.
But MP before Anjan to the economy on yet. Anamebwa wonjin tum the economy no worry free doing economy no ye. You believe that the economy no ye would be a good economy for the NDC administration?
See,
me too.
As the MPP and Jan tum the economy no office challenges are. I don't know Ghana.
Okay.
Again, as I look at the there Nanado don't go for the economy no jina na nam sa akse make no nya no kore. Okay, the economy is recovering. Or a difference between Ojina and Nado, no, or recover. Anamobwa.
Okay.
It's a Daman Sama Yakin, and several times. Another that for the situation of your woman.
Say, Ahadi. Ossie, today, we are witnessing the positive outcomes of this painful yet necessary exercise. The economy is rebounding strongly. Our fiscal position is more stable, and our debt sustainability has significantly improved. These developments have provided a solid foundation for sustained growth and development, ensuring that the sacrifices made by bondholders and other stakeholders will not be in vain, but rather the basis of Ghana's economic revival. Mr. Speaker, the country is not broke, as some propagandists want us to believe. We have handled over the country with gross international reserve of almost $8 billion United States dollars. This is more than 6.2 billion United States dollars of gross international reserves my administration inherited in 2017. The economic growth has also returned to the pre-COVID trajectory, with an impressive growth rate rising from 4.8% in the first quarter of 2024, 7% in the second quarter, and 7.2% in the third quarter. It is projected that this country's growth rate will be 6.3%, significantly higher than the 3.4% rate my administration inherited in 2017. So he made emphatically that the country is not broke. So it means the economy is janenado. Everything is going well. Anna.
See, as someone I can, I'm not Paja. And I hear interpreter but much more fancy by Mamma.
Tramasi.
As some okay there. Baby, a man no one. In a baby a year or that, even debt exchange with bondholders and assy. The wood to me hold or yet a man all conanium. Growth, all reduce bar almost like 0 point something. See, our pick up will do 7 point something. Or your yen gross reserves and other international reserves, once we do 8 billion or can want some. And our economy, I don't know, or for fat. And on your brook, how can country or your brook to me tutia or your no workers go or to me tutia, ne save you 1 hour bondholders are. Yasha one boy, you know, shadow there, no months to a corner of broken. How do you pay those people? A corner you're broken, how can you pay those people? It's a corner you're broke. Your words in the pedo use a can P. The MPP won't accept no can you know. It's never so. You see, the most important thing, and I'm shocked that all of a sudden, elections, clearly everybody knew. From 2022, that is where the shocks even came, whereby inflation was moving around 54%. And if you tell me right now inflation is moving around 23%, that's a gradual improvement in Maya. The speed at which the city was depreciating, this time round from 2023, about 2024, don't see them no improvement in May. The rate at which the year 2022, almost across the globe, every country in inflation was high. And this time around, measures that was put in place, it slowed down inflation. Measures that was put in place, it slowed down the depreciation of the exchange rate. Measures that was put in place, we're making sure that growth, first quarter, second quarter, Sebi wako nenyimuno onyati papa onko nenyima sinma na ye ka wasam na. But mind you, before the year 2020 even the year 2018-19 where about inflation was around 7%. And I'm what in America things went wrong and the government accepted it.
Okay.
Mama kalas one Eh? A man on the they told us point blank. That Yentum MPP and Tuma managing ye. And Ghanaians took a decision.
Okay.
They told us that they were able to do it and fix it. And create jobs. I remember President John Mahama in the State of the Nation address. Okay, you want some? One away you is not come some. Made a State of the Nation address. I don't see what many.
Okay.
Okay, I ask him because it was not palatable, and I saw you say you on that papa.
All right, I got to me that's it. And then Nudin.
It's one. If free Uncle Fa would say what does. And obias on another level of understanding. When you happy, it's our pen able to abua one. Mounts why a part of the conversation. GDP now saying then.
Gross domestic product, or money, yani sikasam ninja de. I don't know how to.
Man for arguing, but Tobana
yes,
such a mum. No one is shaho. Because my pedo will be able to say no there. So, ya can't go as some. Into a copy of one someone as the GDP now. Well, at the one charge, but there say 72% is all your debt, not 28 in a wakan or your asset. When I look at the GDP now saying them. I could find one point to me, baby, and Kada. Lithium no also forming or Kagana here, Japazan, and then an asset. Because that is not a final product. What kind of economy is this? Okay, I'm in the mother and doesn't at this school. Maybe Obi too much in Mukaka. That is our GDP.
Just the growth of the economy.
And I must make a kind of more too simple, but for phone and not catch here and there. The meaning I don't want to read because if I read, say a better mama can so mama can because I am shocked.
Also, the rate at which a country's economy is growing, as measured by the year-over-year change in its economic output.
Inti assets and liabilities in our hands. In any economy, to get an asset, you have to invest. Ghana have an investment in a year in lithium to get $100 billion. I was kind of a case Capra. Mama Casemiro.
Catch them.
Press conference. Not conference.
There be.
How about that?
Conference in the year, calling stakeholders on a specific issue.
The setting.
Yes.
Even of a press conference. And the setting of a conference. Yes. You have done literature.
Yeah.
Or you're different.
Yeah.
But and you be your argument. And you need your debate. Mpakuna said there is an expenditure of 15 million. I don't want to incur the 15 million now, my predecessor or incur. The means I need a new measure. Oh, my mom, Madame Kawan. But I tell you, science. And I don't know yet, and I can President Mahama also they criminally mishandled the economy. In time, that baby, Sabi one say, that criminally why do you know or patch them be criminals? In time, but these are words you use to describe situations. English if one ABR waka my English ya papa ntemanka. Say obi catch over there. What is the sense in comparing something that is not comparable on show ahobo? It is said to free there. The means I catch them on one nation ahoba. Or do them time rage ahoba because people are listening. As a day ekutu no nyapro or yakor and I said it here. That into me indeed the mayor they be an into me no kor. Akuchi de yiwana. It is a catch over there. Something cost us. But the emperor cost him beam into yan yono. Say ebem example or them example of another thing that did not cost, but we're making it cost. I couldn't one cost oh, but since I pedo them a boom. No, today it defeats my argument. But I compare press conference and this for your kayan war in Zoom. That's that because you have a benum. The press conference no Kimpiski. Matawasi, Mbotata. But why didn't you have that kind of conference allowed today? Journalism matter one kasa. I have participated in various conferences. On Channel Moko press conference. Yam for non tour. Ma catch out them and conversation or fa hakobo. Nti I am happy there. Sabi ye bezin komo. Nti you pick the cocoa sector. Na cocoa sector electricity so I don't know. Hey, lithium. E wo ya lithium. Cocoa sector no so ebu dua bia. Ma wo so abadam komo yimin. Esuma catch lithium da onko. Onye electricity catch na wonko. Na yenka cocoa asam. Esuma you read a statement. That Ekanayan on the Mijina do your submission.
Yes.
But what's my can there? President Akufo-Addo quoted the figure. The State of the Nation address. What is the state of Ghana? Strangely, MPP 2018, 2017, what can not move far away you with? What kind of one state of the nation address? MPP 2017, 2018, state of the nation address. Youth employment for what transfer who call Tumu. I went to Tumu. What is this? Asafuma from when he said that 8,640 of nurses trained were posting when why would hold another was suspend on the postings. State of the nation address no woman. When we are talking about serious issues, do you know what cocoa does to your economy? You have no idea. If you have an idea, say you can demand some of the mina, Ewa. In 7 kaka lithium, once some the lithium asset. Into President Mama Baka debt. Esman, I tell you, next young speed into our mammy. Mama can be more very interesting. Yeah. Ghana for Ewa. Before 2016. Now you introduce debt to be what's for finance. Esla. Now, Ejuma Baba in there. The energy sector, yes, a call room. Account also GOG APFA annual budget funding. Unto me, young Ejuma. Into other year for Crambidwa. You want to me yetia. Into yet a 2 bagana fruitia or fan Esla. Into the Mexican. Yajina is a kutia. The matter one. What it means is that Sanche no oye 10 billion. You could do ya check on or do it an obufum. You are talking of asset? Let me read. Despite collecting over 45 billion in energy sector levies, ESLA, over the last 8 years, the outgone MPP administration has left Ghanaian people an energy sector burdened with a staggering 70 billion. And 45 billion is the good check out. Ni we are account 70 billion. Na sikanaji we are in either enchia and account we are mwebu the mabia. You are talking of asset in economy when we are talking of asset and liabilities. You have no idea about it. Into man kind of present mama wanka asset one some nanchodo or can asset no one can or them. Look, mamanka say in hunia mamanka could be some count. Mamanka could be some count. Or very interesting.
That never see mum.
Abe, Tizabia medu. Okay. Mamanka or very interesting.
Okay.
I say the promise was to build 111 hospitals.
Mm-hmm.
But no dedicated funding source was secured for such gargantuan project. Listen, Mr. Speaker, for the record, as I speak, not a single Agenda 111 hospital is operational. Mati the MPP people so sabita feche. I want to you munda what's what bro for pa. If somebody says that something is not operational, say I set up a radio station. It is so na enye transmission. And even when you are doing what we call the test transmission, that FM station is not operational. The reason is that we program no way. Today, the mobile of your best muhim sa wan hwew sabazo wa start wakasa na contractor se na catch am there one for air condition so nkwa bobo dan ho na one paint dan na Ghana fu hu there one commission hu there wa yedwan wo ho ba ma kan some onam da mabai as you know it's not operational in any part of Ghana. It is worth disclosing that $400 million Esuman, $400 million. Let's say President Mama Neke say you 10 years pa. I don't know what to Abama, they are not disappointed at all. When they know there or baby. I said the $400 million has already been disbursed under the Agenda 111 project at a rate of approximately 18 million per hospital. The US 400 million spent could have completed at least 22 hospitals for Ghanaians. And when I was well, I will define an asset and I said, tell you, some President American wa. Tell you, I said there, we will now require 22 billion to complete the project. what it means is that there's something that needs to be completed. If you say asset, was a Adibi jam. As in, I was the German, me yesika, and a mabakau. Macau na maban. Ebia is in the form of infrastructure. That becomes the asset. Or a movable, non-movable. It's an asset. Liabilities on a cow. So obi kakao wasam. No, so we are not catch out there. I was 22 billion. I think this one actually 22 billion. Most one know that 22 billion is it on an asset. So why would somebody say there? Na pesa mama one can be about asset. One can be about asset. Now, ECG was 70 billion and you could puma.
Okay. But I say, my own messages in Embra, Yenchebias in common besi 0244743143. But men can kakana mumbo ya humanintum na on subremibi yenzin komo. In fact, oh, sir, Akasa na mema no sukase. Akasa mema akase ankato ana. Good afternoon, Mr. Host. Yesterday, what President Mahama presented to Parliament was the true state of the nation. Agenda 111 project and the money injected into it was $400 million and cannot be completed single one to operationalize is a fact. Mahama is a second Kwame Nkrumah. Let us support him to reset Ghana. No, I can't tell me. No. What time I made more? No, me more bury. Me more more. Nyabutel. Please ask Anka to whether Akufo-Addo mentioned asset in 2017 State of the Nation. Didn't they make noise with our debts? If they should fix it, they must tell us what they want to fix. Ankato doesn't know the meaning of lamentation. Okay. Or Oniman Konka, Onimapa, Bapocho. But that's it. Mr. Host, why are you worrying Ankato like that? Kikiliku Watado. Now, Ankato knows that the economy was bad. Did he listen to their press conference yesterday? The MP told the Ghanaians that they left good economy, Uncle Abe, from Econ 85. Uncle Abe, Medasi. Ebisa also bring me 0244 408 046. No, I got to Nyabutel. I am being fair to you. I am being fair to you. 0244 408 046 0244 408 354. Once you bring Bina is in common. Good evening.
Good evening, brother.
Yes, sir.
Over the question is boy.
Okay, question means I mean to you.
Monia, my head, I got your toy mortgage cake. I got a first one pay bit to out to a bit one. And you know what to a bit children go. Master, 3 years ago, it is Ghana. The powerful public here to have my ability for you put on the list. Remember, I told my banner where to move on. Okay, check out. You been today, I think the program will be now. So, in the comparison, we need to go to Coco. Comparison, I don't know what police about this. In social, I don't know police woman, I don't know what to do. The man is an avocado, people get to do avocado, so what to have the members. That's a prayer of Famo. The man is 2016. They were. I see a 40 million, I have over here because that's a few young women. Why I better one kind of what?
Let us say, Christmas, 1 minute near Queen. Good evening. Yes, sir. Captain, me too. Me too. Yeah, but universities our Ghana universities why the next universities our Ghana how started when we that. let's talk to the issue. University America, I don't get it. May I say? Okay, may I say? Good evening.
I just want.
Yes, sir.
Abu Mutu.
Yeah, me adu mo. Efo, me too.
What's the kind of bank at your another president to call parliament. Next more coming now. Another man say a year for the night. And go for a president and another damn for the former president. Go for one on the way you will give man 10 once more. And I will do it. Then ya can on minor upon a munchie and out. But I said that one of the president more okay. That's the book on the Muslim the book of Lemon Kibi. Ajata. Because the via for Obia for Binimu ever I say the 24 hours of honor me back. The via for Binimu that or you waiting. Or you want to do credit documentation. Documentation of 2013. Now you did this. And to my parliament, you want to carry that's another damn Kufado, a Tama. Never asked me about parliament today. They won't go for on my own or the butcher on the corner. While really they were budget today now, that's for the phone show on the call. She said, I don't go for where you will didn't walk up here. No, they must carry it. I must carry but that's woman they are there, but they are the Ancano sort of. You tell me where they can. I mean, baby, or I'm in the yard.
Let's see. Good evening.
Good evening, Uncle.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Dawood Mukese Fabra.
Dawood, you mean too?
But your mature commander one. Because Abba fraud and church remeneze, oh my Ghana for what wants if I had an answer, insurance. Now, your best MPP communicators. Now, do not about me, I want more Ghana. Share out 2 dear would Ghana for. But I'm John Dramani, Mamma, no not still they were pretending there with the economy good. Now we blame money if you are team and it's a dominant yet to have Ghana for what to about over almost 2 billion was against when you are still on your when you talk more too better radio do or cut anyhow. Excuse me my language. What is Ghana for? It's your best
Obianka say anyhow. Aye.
Sorry, it's no your best communicators in there. Unye jizi wa John Dramani Mahama no Ghana for na wajina tumo. What's the Mama on to Mumbada, His Excellency? Na Ghana for Yasan Yaka for Naba. Yes.
Okay. Good evening, Chairman.
Kastle FM 90.3.
So, oh yeah, then. What mental American no? Mental American chairman. Sis, I do ye. Man, to be Adam is in Como.
For where so Kastle FM for bomb.
But that's it. Okay. All right. Chama, but that's it. All right. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
But Nuruddin, now more what about the next explanation is perfect. Perfect cra. Oh my yet since I'm not so clear. No, read this one with the whole clean. Say Nuruddin is so at a so there was a time yeah read that read them again. Name a very good explanation. Thank you. Yes.
You're welcome, boss. But me for 1 or 2 being kauna yanko in name. Mommy Jennifer, happy birthday to you. Eya Nudin, what's it still din birthday? Good evening. Yes, sir. Good evening. Mommy Jennifer. Men jam. Now some we wish you happy birthday and Sunday. David. Na my friend for doing Poland line to me you Paul Fred. Men jump. Oh, men jump. Na birthday na say you happy birthday to you. Aye. Catch a daddy student on you call baby also on you call be on you call. Aha. Me too. What's it?
Kastle FM for bomb. Yena NDC for yajina kumapemo. Yajina kumapemo. Adibia yen papa odna no kan de botumu aye. Nti yen yajina kumapemo. Nti MPP for de. Yen ti won case kura yen yeto abaye man yen papa de mahaba yen. Yenu yen wo. Na won ajana wan na waye na. Won ba yen ko fofra kadala. Woje nyima wonya akukubiri. Na yan kupon kakaki o tan wimi ko. Wasa na bona wendi dwe. Yan papa dwa mahama or yedem on to me say yankopon no no ndi yankopon akoshida nti mo aka biara obeye nti mo nda nti mpala mafaya kase mo wono mo na eduma.
All right. Yeah, that's it. Good evening.
Good evening. Kwamna.
Aba.
Hey, how was it? Ume si afu nyina smart. I check one number. I want to see my boss. My boss last week I'm on Tonka. See, I hope that if you are Maso Ebama at Tonka, I'm not on your idea. I am in our 2 man.
Aba yending come 2 man.
Hey, what friend? Oh, hey, Kwamna.
Mami.
I can't find Tokabo.
Me find Tokabo. Me too.
Then ibi le kasa na se no buntani ya mi tuma patana fandama ko ata because say am papa egwo anyenye ya brosofo obokodo ho
bros bi alemba
oh to wadwini me se na akoma le yakosoro
do you come
na be ya do so da no se yazabato ayi kwamna about mo boss ma no richechi mo so kaka mo to ma aka afa koko hwe de from 2014 2015 Arriba 2016. And His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Otodon. And we import cocoa over 1,000 metric tons of an Indian effort to press upon you that. Cocoa board office over in Allah. What to me? From 2020 up to date, what for quite fine, not what I said. Cocoa me post over, where we more than that. Because I don't like to say another why you go for I wouldn't be. I the fertilizer now for the Mahana Pono. Like I said, Wafa, no, I can't. Mawuya Kulichari free now. Ewa, it is a you read the budget. That's why you ain't yagina. And you want to watch Abanaman because NPP in the over rejected this so amazing. Not telling a Lancasano. Dada,
okay. All right. But I see. Every say this you have been to for friend for Biabio. Yes, me this you had. Okay. To my will remember for last caller. Good evening. Okay, Nala cancel. Good afternoon. I'm Richard K from Abra Cape Coast. Why do we have so many misplaced priorities? What is Cocoa syndicated loans used for? Because I still don't understand why those funding that syndicated loans continue to release that funds every time. Can't they see we are not serious as a country? We take things for granted because we are always relying on other countries for survival. Meanwhile, we have debt to service. What country is this? Also, was as a bear and all right. I got you. Me aka to me wait no that is not the issue. That is not the issue. Mamo the opportunity because
you cannot tell me the matter. I should speak just once
Ankasa once
that was an apedeki.
All right, Mamo the opportunity is come on
who producer topic or the same tea and also your way also sooner 2025 Ghana's public debt now at 725 billion, ECG's own 68 billion, Cobalt 35.5 billion, Mahama not a single hospital under Agenda 111 is operational after spending $400 million. President Obama, my star is not to lament and shift blames. I will work hard to resolve challenges. Obama, assessing economy's performance based on debt is intellectually dishonest. And he tells Muhammad. Topic says, "Mom, but now if I'm not made it, and our topic is not Mama Kawasam.
Akawasam.
Damu. Sebio, Makabium. There, a site example, and I can cut cost. I spend a benum. And I'm saying, a conference, Kempiski, nobody yet since other hotels, and I'm what.
Many other hotels want to rating. I cannot speak to that.
Send him Kempiski one bar watching, and I'm what. But I cut a cost. I'm not sure they be as you. I'm making sense out of it.
Is that also in a press conference? No, soon or a conference or and a press conference.
The hotel Kempiski no boy hasn't. He would me choose different hotel now.
Oh, okay. Consider what choose what. Consider what choose baby.
So my canon because or you expensive because I pay the cut cost.
Oh, okay.
Munya.
Angratu.
Lastly, my missing what transfer wa on the chair wa pamo. What transfer were you using? Are the same as one more dismissal letter? And I've thrown challenge to anybody. The on-show letter, or said they want another dark for the year 2016. Some people were dismissed at them letter or available. Offering training. And Munya. My canopy topic says me last one no. The finance minister waving at them. Catch a John Muhammad urban debt discuss about debt then say you echo about or debt to not say assets in Kawa. Now Sebio or intellectual about dishonesty. And make her so was the manager won't say your assets and liabilities as a matter. And clearly John Dramani Mahama, the President of the Republic of Ghana, was lamenting and telling us the liabilities. As the previous one, not that and care about assets, one care about it. Johnson the same thing. And I'm saying clearly it shows the human end to me here because one time I catch a hand there, I cited a very typical example about electricity. A corner father said the fixing. In a man example. Example says me and say you 80. I go something that you chair no. Also let me use what them in American.
So Ebana said to them nanka you were expecting president to
cite example there urban gold reserves are your Bank of Ghana CCR. And that's we increase from 3 tons or so up to like 32 tons or so. And I'm even that toss they started was 2023 or so. They started and this country, what can debt you have high economy so then will grow. It's about to be a 1 point something trillion. But what can debt to them go see? One work catch there divide the debt by the population. Why then divide the population by the revenue another asset and then income on the because you want to achieve some purpose. They catch there around them passing it down, another the previous government down. And I'm saying that you have the trend from 2019 up to date. So that's what I say.
Okay.
But the most important thing in there, Munia, I can't there but to my year. And I was more there. Jinaye.
I said, President, me didn't come because uncan anywhere they own to me yet. And I stated
say, Miss or Mom, my example, why you be that? Do what my Adam said, I'm example, no, or Yakusam.
All right. I got to me that say. Young Quay.
State of the Nation address or a constitutional requirement, but in financing or the economy, what kind of State of the Nation address and you will declare assets and liabilities.
We read the budget now.
Maybe the person doesn't understand the issues. One first State of the Nation address and declare assets and liabilities. But can I say? But there, MPP will have a challenge with President Mama in this statement and that. But with your permission, Mama can have so I must say, Mama fan Soronko. I
face him, me.
Also, yesterday, February 26th, 2025, marked exactly 10 years since I stood in this chamber at this very spot to declare my determination to fix Dumso, a legacy problem of power shortages, and I fix it. Second paragraph. Yes, I promised to fix it, and I did. I wish to place firmly on record that from January 2016 until I handed over the administration of this country on January 7, 2017, there was no MPP Mpocho won't say my. There was no there was no power rationing or load management in Ghana. Brofuna some can you there? Njem there na pocket in there. You do my word on yellow shedding. No, you do say okay. So what President Mama is saying is that anytime we are September off, no your planned maintenance on your load shedding. One friend who do so. Yet how many years do na pocket in there? Where you do say but the same MPP is quick to tell us there. President Mama kada masaman. But why? Is man. Ibutu ma Kenya kupon nima some there. Minister be and resign Wagana ha. Enkaya. Nabadunta. He promised that by December, Dumson Odocha, Sanudun Cha or resign. Ofidun, somebody was there. President Mama was making reference and giving assurance to Ghanaians there. Yana how are you woman? Nabutaya other be gone of the there. Obobu madam how ye ya then ye if you MPP is there. Okado or the Dum Sababa. On for Dum Samba, sorry. On for Dum Samba. Into say NPP waba benum. No Dum Sonu de Trempo on yon other bay. Into the minty woman Aquenja. Now we'll catch all that. One more topic so. Topics and what's the number one? Our non bata A, B, C, D. And I am nothing. By force there will be so some chrono for cocoa one. Or there can lucha makawa. I have a conversation. That wasn't come on.
Nurdin Koblay San Yati Ninka Damaso and Ankara to Sam Yati Nunsuninka from NDC and then MPP side. Ma Menda Betway I say Damaso na High Sense 2025 AC promo no Ebusia 28 on Chominti promo no good record for you fetch him High Sense when you show me na KGB. Bernard Ogo, Osman FKK, Blackus Alfred, or boy made Jumezini as a bro, Mrs. Combination man, Yami Aduma. yɛbɛsɛ no ahyia God willing Monday na yɛzi nkɔmmɔ makra wɔ nyinaa bye bye